Hey, your car guy, Bill DeBoer, over here at DeBoer's Auto, coming at you with Josh and Corey today, our technicians here. And we are going to talk about 5 things that us technicians want you to stop doing to your vehicle. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is adding stop leak to your cooling system. So Corey, why don't you take that one?
Right, so the stop leak really does more damage than it actually helps. It could create, unnecessary blockages, throughout the cooling system, and leave you to have something like no heat in your car. It really doesn't help any sort of leaks at all. You should really just bring your car in and get it checked out and make sure, that part is replaced that is leaking.
Yeah, it's an important piece of it. Stop leak is kind of like a temporary thing and usually does more harm than good. When the vehicle starts leaking coolant, you just got to get in there, find out where the leak is and fix it, because the stop leak leads to way more problems down the future. It can get into the heater core and clog that up. It's a very, very expensive repair, either to flush it out and hopefully get it clean or to replace it altogether. So the little $9 stop leak that you think you're saving some money on your car repairs with just leads to even more and more repairs. So the other thing is either over or under inflating your tires. So Josh, you want to talk about that?
Okay, yeah, so like over and under inflation of tires, proper inflation of tires is very good for safety. Also tire wear, prolonging the life of your tires and keeping yourself from having blowouts, and just the overall health and ride of your car, get better gas mileage and stuff like that. So
yeah, we see this a lot when the temperatures get colder and the lights come on. People tend to go out there and just jack up those tire pressures way beyond what they're supposed to be. So you want to make sure that you're setting them to the right pressures, and you can find those pressures inside your door jamb. Typically on some European models it's in the gas door. Refer to your owner's manual on that. The other thing that really kind of goes along with that is driving for a prolonged time when your tire is either low on pressure or actually flat. So you want to take that one, Corey?
Yeah, so not only is it, really, really bad for the tire, it's also very rough on handling of the car and just generally not safe at all for yourself and other drivers on the road. And then, if you keep driving on that flat, and eventually that tire will just wear off, and then you could do damage to your wheel or maybe a tire sensor inside the wheel.
Yeah, and it doesn't take much. I mean, once it gets down to a certain tire pressure, it's actually riding on the sidewall, and once you hit that point, the tire is scrapped, and tires are not cheap. So make sure you stay on those as soon as you see the low tire warning light. The other thing that we see a lot of is ignoring the check engine light. You want to take that one, Josh?
Yeah, so check engine lights can mean a ton of things. It's not just I got this code, and it's okay to drive. It's not about that. It's about the maintaining of the whole overall part of your engine, maybe emissions, all this stuff. But it also leads to if you ignore it, it becomes a big problem when you could have fixed a little problem. Most of the time it's just a little problem. It comes on to prevent a catastrophic failure or something like that. So you want to get this checked out as soon as possible so we can fix it for you.
Yep. I mean, we see a lot of times where people, and again, it's a yellow light, it's a warning light. It's nothing that's super critical, but you want it looked at because it can lead to further damages down the road if you don't address it. Like, thinking about like misfire type stuff that can damage a catalytic converter if you go too long on it. So a simple tune-up leads to $1,000 or more in the catalytic replacement. So very important that when those lights come on that you get them checked out right away. And then lastly, we want to talk about waiting so long between oil changes. So this is a real big pet peeve, I think, of all of ours. Why don't you take this one, Corey?
Yeah, so so many times we see people, they'll go thousands of miles over on their oil change, or even in extreme cases we've seen 20,000 miles over their oil change, and it's just the worst thing that you could do for your engine. I mean, that oil is there for a reason. It's lubricating and keeping everything working properly mechanically inside your engine, and when you put it off and just I'll get to it when I get to it, it will actually start to break down and sludge up inside your engine, and it could just cause catastrophic damage to big components in the engine.
Yeah, and today there's a big shift from the manufacturer's level to go to extended oil change intervals, and a lot of that is they're gaming the system for emission purposes. So they're trying to meet the CAF requirements for fuel economy and that sort of stuff. That's why they do it. But they don't tell you is that the average car burns a quart of oil every 3,000 miles. And if you're running around with a 4-cylinder car, chances are you only have 4 quarts of oil to start with. So if you go too long, if you go say 6,000 miles on an oil change, you're missing half the oil in that engine. And it leads to some extreme engine damage, and $100 or less oil change can save you thousands of dollars on an engine. So for those and some other great tips, head on over to our website, www.DeBoersAuto, to learn more about us there.